5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync.
Sync.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV Podcast.
Mardi
I'm
Gras.
Jonathan.
I'm Ben.
I'm Prpl.
And I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
And this is a TTV Podcast, guys.
This is the TTV Podcast? Dude, I've been...
What?
I know.
But where's Meso?
Yeah, where's the knack?
I know,
Yes.
right?
Where's Var?
This is actually my first time hosting the TTV Podcast of our new schedule. This is actually the first time I've done that. For those of you who don't know, we actually have a whole new type of thing we're doing with the podcast now. We're rotating hosts, or having a bit of a smaller cast, a little more, intimate and private and friendly time.
Private.
Yes, private, he said, talking to the audience of like several more people listening in. I don't know how many able to count.
With a podcast that'll go up on a channel with over 45,000 subscribers, it's not very private.
It is very, very public.
No, they aren't contributing, except they technically are because they're in the chat and stuff. So,
As long as you don't talk back, that's the only benefit we have.
It's just really weird for me.
Unlike you guys.
That doesn't
I mean-
really make it private, though. Is like a live play with like a whole theater and everything, all that setup and everything? Is that private because the only people interacting are the people on stage?
maybe.
No,
Could
it
be.
doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe some people
I don't
have
know
that point
why
of
that
view.
was really hard for me to like. Oh,
Yeah,
I know
you kind of
why.
like Rick and Morty'd that. You're kind of like going all in on it. I mean, here's what could happen if the people on the play didn't know they're in a play. Then it could be private.
Yeah, it's creepy. How would that even work? Like setting
It's
up
like
a
the
play.
Truman
with-
Yeah,
Show.
the Truman Show. I was
like the
about to
Truman
say
Show.
he's on camera.
What's that?
You've never seen the Truman Show?
You've
Okay,
never
so-
seen the Truman Show.
Is it worth
sounds
The
Spoiling?
Truman
spoiling?
Show
That's-
is a movie that we're gonna watch, so we're not gonna spoil it. So please don't spoil it for her, because we're gonna watch it.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
like one of
okay.
my favorite movies. I love the
I
Truman
know,
Show.
dude. I love that movie so much. Jim Carrey, man, that guy pulls in a performance.
Jim Carrey
Yeah.
scares me.
Why?
Okay, tell me about him scaring you. Why does he scare you?
He just creeps me out. Like he doesn't seem like he has self-control sometimes.
My best friend loves Jim Carrey, and his fiance does not. His fiance hates Jim Carrey.
I'm noticing a trend here.
I
No,
can
I'm
see
kidding.
that.
Yes,
I-
I
if
guess
I
it's a
yelled out
girl
loud, I
thing.
can
No.
I mean,
Do you think like more girls don't like Jim Carrey than do?
Yeah,
You think that like
I
that
wouldn't be
ratio is like higher?
surprised.
He does seem to be. I will say this: I can see him being a little creepy. Like just
No, he is absolutely
with the
creepy.
He
face
knows how to be
and with
weird.
the
That's for sure.
he knows how to be weird. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when what's that movie he is when he's God? Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he's like doing the thing on the reporter, you know.
Never
He's, like,
seen
making-
that.
Okay.
I haven't either, but I can only imagine what you're talking about.
I,
Have you guys seen Evan Almighty?
I have seen Evan Almighty
I've
with
seen
Steve
Evan
Carell,
Almighty. It's not
who
as,
I do like
it's not
better.
as good.
I do
Steve
like
Carell
better
is
than,
so funny. He's one of my favorite actors.
You like it better than Bruce Almighty?
No, only
no,
'cause-
I don't.
No, not you, Prpl. Shut up. You haven't even seen Bruce Almighty.
Okay.
No, I meant I like Steve Carell as an actor way more than Jim Carrey. I do not like Evan Almighty more than Bruce Almighty.
Okay, that's what I
Bruce
thought.
Almighty's way more creative with his concept. Evan Almighty's kind of straightforward.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Purple, you ever seen The Office?
I saw a couple episodes, but it was kind of boring, so I didn't.
Dang.
What?
You're not an Office fan?
Not really.
Offices creep me out.
Wow. I mean, I guess it depends on the office.
It depends
I
on
don't
the time of day.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the creepiest time of day?
Like
5
8 p.m. when you're still at school, because there was like a basketball game or something you had to go, but
That sounds really
you
specific.
walk past. Yeah, you walk past near the frickin' principal's office, and it's all dark, and it's got like window walls, which is why you can see into it. That's like, wow, that's kind of creepy.
Well, that's pretty.
I'm not
creepy,
sure if ever
I guess
experienced anything
I'd say
like that
like
before.
5 a.m. Like 5 a.m. is
a.m.?
just too early, but where it's like it's still kind of nighttime, but the sky is kind of lit up, And that's like the time of day
Twilight?
where you can yes. Well, isn't Twilight technically like
No, it's
in
at
the
dusk.
evening?
I
Yeah,
feel.
that's
yeah.
Twilight.
Yeah.
Twilight is right before the sun goes down.
No, what I'm talking about is like that's the time of day where like or Michael Myers from Halloween is just roaming around grabbing his breakfast or something. You know, you look out your window and there he is just chilling. And then when the sun goes up, he goes into hiding. You know, then you just sit there the whole day wondering where'd he go? What is
That
he
is
having
so
for
specific.
breakfast?
Are you okay then?
I'm gonna go one
I'm
farther.
just
than you,
saying,
Ben.
like at 5 a.m. It's pretty
I'm gonna
creepy.
go one farther. I'm gonna say 4:30 a.m. 4:30
Oh, dude,
a.m.
have you guys ever been to
is
Myers at 4 in the
too
morning?
Late.
It's actually kind of...
Myers?
It's okay. I'll say that.
Y'all have
I'll say
Myers,
4:30.
right?
No.
Okay,
Myers?
5 o'clock. Okay, yeah, I'll let you finish the Meyer conversation. Purple, please enlighten
Y'all
us.
have Myers, right?
No.
Just like,
What's Myers? I
grocery
know
store?
Oscar Myers. Is that the Wieners?
Oh, they have a store
it a
for
gas
that?
station?
Yes.
No, just kidding.
No, it's just a grocery store. It's like Walmart, but not sketchy as heck.
Oh, I've been to Walmart at like 4:30 in the morning. It was
Yeah.
super sketch. Don't get me wrong. It's
Kind of like a sad place.
Me and my friends. It is a really sad place, especially if you're like a college student, because like the thing about Walmart is that like it's made so that you can walk into Walmart at like 3:30 with your PJs on and like sunglasses because you drink too much
Dude,
milk
that sounds
and you can just
awesome.
grab
That's
groceries.
like it's like a slumber party mixed with Walmart. You know,
Dude, no joke. Me and my friends went to Walmart. It was 3:30 in the morning, and we're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna chill until daylight. So we literally went. We got like bean bags, and we got like the foldable chairs, and we sat them around the stereo place at
Did you
Walmart.
really?
And we synced. No, legit. We synced our Bluetooth, like our phones, to the Bluetooth on the stereo. We just started playing music, and we just started hanging out and talking.
Oh my
God.
And
gosh.
the
that's
Walmart
great.
people that work Walmart at 3:30 in the morning do not care. They do not. They have nothing more to give.
Oh
to
yeah,
the
it's like,
world.
what are they gonna do? They're probably thinking you guys are on drugs or something.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
They're
I'm not
like,
about
These
to
guys
listen to
got
these
the right
two
idea.
talking.
I wish I could be
Crackheads or
sitting
something.
here listening to music.
I know. I think it
I
would
have
spice
one-
up their day for being stuck there in the middle of the night with like nobody there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 3:30 really in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Hello?
What the heck?
We
was
have an
that?
intruder.
We're recording right now.
Did you really think this was okay? To just hop into the conversation like that? Hello.
Would that be recorded?
That is
No.
recorded on my end, but I guess we can just have that like clip pop in. That's
And that was Fluff, everybody. And Fluff, what do you think about Walmart? Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Someone make like a freaking techno remix of just the hello.
Hello. Anyway,
Hello, Governor.
dude, you are so lucky to have a Walmart right next to you. My closest Walmart is like a 45-minute drive without
you
traffic.
serious?
My Walmart
Man.
is like practically in my backyard. I could just like,
Yeah.
if I crossed
All right,
a river,
Meso, calm
I could
down.
get there. I don't go to Walmart. I go to Myers.
I go to where I go to? I go to Target
Where?
now. I've become one of those snobby people that only goes to Target. I've realized. Not out of like
Wow.
actual snobbery. Just because my Target is like 2 minutes closer to my Walmart. And I'm driving to Walmart and I'm like, oh, Target's here. And I turn into Target. That's what I do now. But Target is way better than Walmart. By a large margin. Like, Target is where like
A largen?
yes, that's what I said.
Get it? A large margin?
Comedic genius,
Get off the
notorious Ben here.
stage.
I'm
Notorious
notorious for my
VEN.
sense of humor that not a lot of people seem to get. And
Exactly.
it probably just signifies that I have a problem.
Ben,
But
you
whatever.
wanna rate this story from a scale from 1 to 5? We can keep
6.
that going.
Point. Negative.
Let's
0.
What are we talking about, even, dude? Oh, Target Target is like the it's where like all the people that are like, if you're like a middle class family, if you're like a mom and you have a 3-year-old kid and your husband is like an insurance salesman, you go to Target. That's where like they don't deal with any of the college students like that come in.
So
like,
that's why I
during
don't
the
go to
morning.
Target.
The Target does not seem to be your time of clientele. Sorry, Perps.
Nah.
That's the end of my Target conversation, guys.
Oh, okay. I was waiting.
I can't remember the last time I've even been to Target. It was just
I did come across a time where like I was in Walmart again, and I was in the back, and there are 2 employees, and they're sitting on these beanbags, and this girl said, "Hey, sit in this beanbag for us," and I was like, where is this going to be going? But I was also like,
where are my beans?
So I sit in the beanbag and I'm like, huh. And then and she was like, so do you like this beanbag? And I said, sure. I said, would you pay $40 for this beanbag? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And she's like, I just got off my shift. I now have $40 extra to spend. I want to buy this beanbag, but I also don't want to buy this beanbag. You're going to be my litmus test. Am I going to do it? And I said, think of it this way. $40, that's $41 tacos you could get. Is this beanbag worth $41 tacos? And she was like, no, it's not. And I said, all right, we'll put it back up. And she was like, well, thank you. And she put it up. And that was the last I saw of her.
$41 tacos. I can't even like... That's
It'd be funny if you ran into her, like, several years later, and you just, like, I don't know, started talking, got together, ended up getting married or something, all because you told her $41 tacos.
That sounds like a really cute story.
Or you like save her from like a bad marriage or something, like getting married to this guy. Like,
Right, exactly.
is he worth
You know,
this
you
amount of
could
tacos?
pay for the wedding, but think of all the $1 tacos you could buy with that.
Or like, I go to like a thing and she's like a motivational speaker, and here's the book, The Power of $1 Tacos. She's talking about like reframing your life.
Oh God, no.
Well, there we go. What's the most expensive thing you guys have bought that you realized you didn't need?
That I realized I didn't what?
You didn't need? You know, after you bought it, like you spent X amount of
That's
money.
just
man.
everything I ever buy.
Yeah, it sounds like me and my
everything that's related to Lego. No.
There have been several sets I bought that where I built them and been like, well, I don't know.
It's
You
cool.
know?
I can't believe I spent $40 on this
Exactly.
just because I thought
Yeah, there's
it
like a
was-
lot of Ninjago sets I got just from the minifigures that I could have just gotten on Bricklink or something.
There are like especially the $40 sets I feel fall in this category a lot, where I was like, these are really good sets. I should not have paid $40 for these sets. Like some of the $20 stuff I can get accustomed to.
Right.
But like most of the $40 stuff I feel is like that in that range.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like sets are just really expensive. You guys will say something is like $40, and I'm like, what the heck? That looks like $20. I don't know how to judge Legos.
Fleff in our live studio
You
audience,
mean Lego sets?
Our great
Yeah,
patron, Fleffy, said that paying for G2 was a waste of time.
Oh, savage.
So
I was gonna
that's a little
say
savage.
buying Pohatsu and Qatar. That was slightly regretful. I mean, I don't exactly regret it, but it's like, well, I mean, I just dropped $30 on. I mean, I could have gone elsewhere, but hey, at least I have some G2 since I was out of the loop during that whole thing.
The Bionicle stuff, well, it wasn't too bad. I actually regret not getting some other Bionicle stuff because when I was a
I regret
kid,
buying stuff that I don't normally collect.
right?
You know, like just like
that's a good way of
expensive one-offs. Like
Right.
I've gotten like 1 or 2 Funko Pops I really liked. You know, and
Yeah.
that's like $20 that could have gone to like food or a Lego set or something. But I got them because I'm like, oh, I don't have a Spider-Man pop. I feel like I should get one if there was any pop I were to get.
I got Arya Stark pop, and after I got it, I was like, "What am I doing? I'm not going to collect all of these." You know, like Brickheads, I felt is the actual perfect thing where I feel like I get the value of building that set from the actual thing. After I build a Brickhead, I'm like, that was worth $10, and I'm okay with keeping it.
Yeah, I like
$10
Brickheads.
for a
I think they're
Brickhead is
definitely worth
good.
the money. More so than Funko Pops. I think Funko Pops should
Way
honestly
more.
be like $5.
Yeah, no, it's like $8.99 for a statue. You know,
Good
it's like it's
grief.
not even an action.
Not
figure.
even. Not
They're
even.
not even
most,
like
most
good
of them are like
quality.
$11.
They're like really cheap plastic too.
They're
Yeah.
well, they're like $8.99 at Walmart. I bet you GameStop marks them up.
Well, GameStop and literally everywhere else sells
That's
them
true.
for like $11.
I don't know how about
Walmart knows the truth.
Does GameStop sell Brickheads yet?
No, actually, the only Lego product we carry is Lego Dimensions.
Interesting,
sense.
and that's no longer That's no longer going to be a thing.
And yet we still get shipments of them.
Do you sell a lot of them?
Not really, no.
What's going to happen if you have all the shipment? Like, you should, like, if they go on sale, man, you should snag a lot of those.
I've thought about it before, but honestly, that would probably go on the list of things that I kind of would regret buying.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because, you know, I'd be spending like $5 just to get like a minifigure and a mini build that I don't care about.
Dude, cons get me all the time. Like, actually.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Okay, the weird thing about cons
Conventions.
is that I totally feel like I want to buy like so much stuff, but then I don't, because I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use this.
The first time I went to RTX, I bought so much stuff that I didn't need. I bought like a Bernie bobblehead.
We just came back from New York. I spent like $80 in a day.
A ton of stuff. Like, we went and
I
we
didn't
did
even
a lot
get
of
a
stuff in
lot.
New York.
It was just expensive. Like the hat that we got at Maker Faire was
Dude, the
$25.
hat was $25. You want to talk about Maker Faire real quick? And actually,
Sure.
you know what? I haven't talked about this for a while. I want to tell my story about going to the LEGO headquarters, which I haven't told yet on this.
go
Oh man,
for
I
it.
forgot
But-
that hasn't been
Yeah,
documented.
that hasn't been talked about yet. But let's talk about Maker Faire real quick. Talk about New York.
Okay, so yeah, Maker Faire. So, I think we already talked about what exactly went on last time we were on the podcast, where we were invited by LEGO to go to New York to do a presentation for them, and regarding LEGO Boost, and that was great. But the other great part of it was that John and I basically had a whole day to kind of explore and roam around New York, and that is where the money was spent.
We spent money. Well, I spent $40. Oh, dude, you know what? This is perfectly.
Yeah.
I spent $40 to watch the Ninjago movie.
The Ninjago movie.
We
Dude,
watched
I
it.
can't believe just a standard viewing for the Ninjago movie. No 3D, no nothing. It was just standard. I mean, to be fair, the seats were recliner seats, but I mean,
Oh, dude,
Those
that would
are-
have made that movie worth it.
yeah, it was nice. I almost fell asleep.
No, it's. I mean, they're nice and all, but like,
But $20 per ticket.
$20 is no joke, dude. And also on top of that, in my theater back home in Illinois, they have those seats. They have those things. They cost like $8. It's $5 on Tuesday. You can still
Yeah.
have the seats and everything. I literally paid what amounts to a 400% markup on those tickets.
Oh
for
my
me.
gosh.
Yeah, it was
Which is-
crazy. Then the food that we got there too was also really
man,
expensive.
The food, we actually ended up eating at McDonald's a lot because like we had some money for food and we just thought we're just gonna save it. We're not gonna, so we
Pocket
got
the money.
McDonald's like we did go to the McDonald's in Times Square, so it was an experience getting to even eating at that McDonald's. Like you step out and you're looking at billions of screens around.
Okay, Times Square was really amazing.
How hype was Times Square, dude?
I'll say this. It's not amazing in that like, oh, I love being there. I want to live there. New York is the best. No, I wouldn't want to live there. I'm saying it was amazing because it was such a unique experience. It was definitely like how they played up to be in the movies and TV and everything. There's so many people.
There are so
And
many people, dude.
It is truly the city that never sleeps. I mean, you go there and it's like daylight in Times Square.
That's the thing. We were filming, and normally you can't really film, at night, so we try to avoid that as much as possible.
But once we got to Times Square, the lighting
it
was
is
perfect.
daylight, dude. It is incredible, and like, again, it's like you see it in like movies and TV shows and stuff, and it looks okay in that. Like it looks kind of different, but it's not, it's not anything. But just like being there in person, it's mind blowing. I can like the significance I saw actually the last time I went to New York. Since then, I've seen Captain America: The First Avenger, and that scene at the end has way more impact now. When he wakes up after being in the 50s and he runs outside Shield and he steps into Times Square. And
yeah.
He's like, what is this? What's going on?
Yeah, that'd be bizarre.
You guys ever been to New York?
Nope.
I think I went once when I was like really little, like 2 years old. But the only thing
It's definitely a
remember,
great
quote, unquote.
place to visit.
Well, I mean, technically, yes.
I'd love
On my
it.
way to Brick Fair, I mean, I got to the airport there, but it was a cloudy day, so I couldn't even see Manhattan or anything. I didn't even see anything.
Dude.
It was like a wasted layover in New York, but yeah, that's my only experience. It was last month.
We were there to present Lego Boost to the Maker Faire. So Barnes & Noble has this Maker Faire there. And we're supposed to give a 20-minute, was what we were told, it was going to be a 20-minute presentation there. And we're like, cool, that sounds great. And we met Tim, my guy from Lego, who's awesome, by the way. Shout out to Tim. And we go to the thing, we go to the booth, and the lady from Barnes & Noble is like, hey, guys. And we're like, hey, we're here to, do a tech rehearsal and get this all ready. She's like, okay, awesome. And then she's like, can you do another presentation?
Yeah, and then she tells us that we had to set up like a table to greet to greet people, and that we were expecting people to bring their kids, and that kids would want to play around with the
we had to code on the fly, dude. We had to like do a little demo of stuff. And so
we didn't even have time to rehearse.
We did not. What it amounted to, basically, is that we went there, and then we were told that we're going to do 2 30-minute presentations. One was like 20 minutes, and then one was 30 minutes, and then we also had to run a booth for the majority of the day, which we were all not expecting, but we were like, okay, sure, guess what we're doing now. And it went great. It went.
I enjoyed it.
It went really well. We were able to like show Boost off to a bunch of kids. It's crazy how like that you can bring like a tablet in front of like a 3-year-old kid and they get it. That's scary, dude. Kids and tablets nowadays freak me out. They're like
kids and M.O.Cs freak me out. Those are two of my. I guess I should mention this. Tim asked that I create another Boost-based creation. So aside from Axel Rex, I had to create another mock using Boost, but this one was to be used with my own collection at home. So I ended up making a Brontosaurus that I named Amelia.
Check it out on your Twitter. Welcome for that photo, by the way. Hey, you should send all those photos so we have them for the podcast, and also to send it to him because he's been wanting those.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do that. But yeah, so I created Amelia. I spent like the week before Maker Faire working on that because it was a really last minute decision, and I got it going. I got it working. But then the day of Maker Faire, she was having problems walking, so I had to kind of tinker around and fix her up a bit. And in the meantime, throughout the day, as I'm doing that, there are kids and their parents coming up and talking to us and asking us questions and this and that, and then more kids come. There's this one kid that came up to me while I was trying to build Amelia, and he kept trying to play with the tablet and make her function and stuff, and it was like, she's not ready yet. I'm still working on her, bud. And then he tried to like dig inside my my parts bag that I brought, and he was like trying to build his own thing, like, can I build something? And I was like, no, that's all just so I can fix up Amelia here. But he went in and just dug in and started building stuff anyway, and I'm like, okay. And the parent was there, and the parent didn't do anything. So this, man, I feel like we talk about this like every third podcast, where like parents nowadays kind of need to get a little bit more control of their kids. But anyway,
parents need to kids need to be scared of their parents again. Not completely scared, but like when your mom's like, stop it, you don't throw a tantrum. I remember as a kid, like if my dad was like stop this right now, the fear of God was instilled in me. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. Sure.
Yeah, because I was afraid, like, oh no, this kid's gonna take my parts.
Yeah, right.
Like,
no,
these
honestly, kids do that all the time. Like, I think even Kim mentioned it. He's like, if we had a box of parts, they'd be all gone by the end of the day. Kids just come by, don't take, and sometimes I don't even think that they mean to steal anything. They just have the part in their hand and they walk away, and they're like, oh, I have this, and it's they're like blocks away.
No, I feel like that might be like a portion of them. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if a majority of them purposefully just took them with them.
That makes sense.
That's what that's what a lot of kids do. They just take stuff. They don't grasp the concept of stealing or anything, so they just grab whatever they like and go. And that's what I was afraid was going to happen, because this kid was really tiny. And
really tiny.
That was he couldn't have been like more than 4 years old.
Oh, hey, Magic posted this in the patron chat. The statue.
That's a good
Oh,
example right there.
That's a great example. The Zootopia statue that was like torn apart. Man.
Ugh. Looks like
What
a
a
corpse or
nightmare.
something. It's
Oh
tragic.
yeah, that was
basically
also
is.
happening. Like later on, after we did the second presentation, and we were still talking to people at our little table setup. There were kids. There was like a group of kids that came over and started playing with my M.O.Cs, and they were just like wrecking them. They started taking parts off and breaking some things, and I'm just standing there watching, like, it's okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I could fix it. It's an easy fix. He's taking off the head. Okay. And
how
at
weird
one
is it,
point,
like-
I had to grab Axel Rex and be like, hey, all right, guys, let's give it a rest. He's broken. Let me try and fix him so you guys can play with him again.
Oh my gosh.
How
And then the
weird is
kid
it, like,
that had
identifying
the
with the
tablet.
dad from the Lego Movie? You know, like that's I 100% felt that when the thing. I was like, oh, listen, they're not meant to be played with. Like, I understand that they're Lego and stuff, but like, actually, we're using them for its presentation, and it's like we're supposed to demo them. And
There's this kid that had the tablet and he wouldn't stop doing the chomping function for Axel, and I was trying to fix it, and I even said like, all right guys, let's give it a rest, let me try and fix him real quick, okay? And he kept doing the function and laughing. I'm like, oh, okay.
How old were these kids?
You're having fun. I don't know, but I
They
don't
ranged-
care.
The older kids were better. Like their kids are like older than like 6 or 7, and they were respectful enough when I was like, hey, stop it. But there's some kids that are like maybe 4 or 5, and they were a little.
Yeah,
tough to
I was
deal with.
like, okay, come on, like I'm glad you're having fun. I want you to play with it. I want you to play with it properly and
That's
not
the
risk
thing,
losing
right?
my stuff.
Yeah. Like, it's not so much that, like, they were playing or even, like, taking stuff apart. It's when you're like, hey, can we, can you
Let
stop
me
for a bit
fix
while I
this
fix this?
first.
And they didn't do that. That's the only thing where I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
because then it's like,
listen
how
to
are
people.
we,
That's
you
it.
know, we
Right.
have parents watching too, and we have people who are actually interested in the product, and they want to know what it does. So
Right.
I want to fix the toy and make it work properly, so that way they can still see that and not see just a bunch of kids, like, breaking Legos, you know? That's not
Right, exactly.
what it was supposed to be about.
The purpose of this was that kids could interact with the thing on the presentation floor. I had a lot of fun presenting to kids who were like respectful of the thing, and like I would like show them how to code, and they'd do that, and they'd see it work and everything, and then I talked to the parents about the price point, and then and like, so that was good. It was only really at the end there where there were a bunch of kids who were hanging around the thing, and then they were like, they wanted to push what they were doing further. A lot of kids just came by, they would code for a little bit, they'd see how it worked, they thought it was cool, and they'd move on. So
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's
but
crazy.
I had a great time
Sounds
doing
chaotic.
it.
Yeah,
Long story
aside
short,
from that,
yeah.
it was a great time.
I'd probably
You
like
guys sound like you'd have a lot of fun working at like a preschool or something.
I would probably like freak out with that because it's been like childhood fear. Like even by the time I was like 8 or so, it's just seeing my siblings starting to wreck my BIONICLE sets. Like I'm just so glad I don't live in vicinity of kids being able to touch my Lego sets, because just like I've gone through all of my childhood and like being a teenager of like my siblings or my cousins destroying my sets. So
Yeah,
I would
I
probably
like
freak
kids.
out with
I
these
like
kids like
quite
trying
a
to
lot,
dismantle
but I do
the
not trust them
Lego
with my
boost
own
stuff.
personal things.
That's the thing I'm thinking about. Like, as I'm getting older, and like all my friends are getting married. I just got word. All right, so I'm going to my friend's wedding next week, and I'm going to my other best friend is getting married in December, and then I have another best friend who's getting married in the spring. Found out 2 of my other best friends are now getting engaged, or not. One's my best friend, one's like a tangentially good friend.
Holy
but
cow.
long story short, they're getting engaged, and so they're going to be married sometime next year too. And what is going on? But tying it back, I'm thinking about like what
none
am I
of
gonna do
my
with my Lego
friends are
collection?
even dating
What am I
yet.
going to do with the Lego collection?
What am I going to do with the Legos? He said, ironically, knowing that Legos is not the proper thing to say.
My dad just keeps everything in storage or has a room dedicated specifically to Lego.
Man,
collecting
I don't know if
stuff.
I can
Oh,
afford
man.
that. Housing
Nah.
prices are so high. I don't think I can afford a Lego room.
Well, start
put it in
saving
a
up.
lot.
If I
Like,
had my own place, I would need a Lego room. Like if
okay.
I had like my own apartment, it would have to be a 2-bedroom.
One for the Lego.
Yep, one for the Lego and one for more Lego.
I would put it in my closet, except 1, I record in my closet, and 2, I'm assuming like how much does Sam have a lot of clothes, Ben?
Yes.
So you would not be able to store your Lego in your closet, would you?
No. That's why I'm saying like I would need a whole nother room.
Yeah, no, I would need another room too. I'm already running out of room because I have the Airjitsu Temple, which is a great set, and I have the maker, not the makers. I just said the maker square, the assembly square, and then I also have the Ninjago City now. That's just kind of sitting here until I can go to Vars and build it. So when I bring that back, I'm going to have to find room for all of that. I live with like a bunch of other adults, roommates, but like
I'll take him.
No. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe. I feel like listen, I've gotten you so many things already. I think you're good about the Ninjago City.
Yeah. My mom isn't though.
Did you get my thing?
I haven't checked the mail yet.
I thought you said the mail came at 3.
You sent her another thing? Are you serious, dude?
I don't even know what he got me this time.
Yeah, I've been teasing her about it. It was something that was on sale.
When are you gonna send me my birthday present, man? You said you were gonna get me one, and you haven't done it. Instead, you've been sending Prpl constant presents for no actual reason.
Listen, I've been saving up for your thing, man. All right, it's not gonna be the only reason I got Prpl something this time because it was really cheap. So if you want something really cheap, I'll give you something really cheap right now.
Then I got you those hands.
I know. I actually really appreciate that.
The hands were also really cheap. You kind of stole that from me. I'm like, oh, but listen, don't worry. I've got you new stuff in the past though, dude. I got you something pretty valuable.
Whatever, man.
Savage. Trying to check Amazon.
Whatever, man. This is why I don't get you more stuff. Do you remember what I got you? That was decently valuable.
What?
Do you remember it?
What was so valuable?
Dude, come on. All right, try it. Let's see how grateful you are. What did I get you?
A real pain in the neck. That's what you know.
No? You're not coming up with anything?
Let me think about it.
Okay, all right. I'll give you a bit to think. In the meantime,
well,
you guys have
my birthday was 2 weeks ago and nobody gave me anything. The last time I got a present was from M.O.C like 5 years ago to get some Halo Reach DLC. No, I'm just kidding. I don't get any of you.
Do you have an Amazon wish list?
No.
That's true. You don't get any of. You don't get.
I don't care enough, and I don't give any stuff to you guys anyway.
And to be fair, too, I've given Ven several things in the past. Ven's not given me anything. He's never sent me anything in the mail either. I'm just saying. My birthday was in June, Ven. At least I offered to get you something.
What are you talking about? I've gotten you things too.
What did you get me for my birthday this year?
I got you your keys back.
You stole from
me? Wait. So what happened?
Wait, what do you mean you get me things all the time? No, you don't.
I didn't say I got you. I said I've gotten you 2 things. That's all I said. I gotten you 1 thing before, and I offered to get you another thing this year. You haven't gotten me anything.
You gave me 1 thing before.
Yeah, it was a pretty valuable thing.
Wait, so did you find out what happened to your keys, John?
Yeah, Ven stole them.
What the freak, dude?
No, it was an accident.
Wait, was it really in a box that you sent home?
No, yeah. It was legitimately in the box.
I
have my keys right now because Ven took them.
When I was cleaning up the parts, I accidentally swept up John's keys and packed
that actually happened.
Wow.
That legitimately happened. It went all the way to. Have you said where you lived before? Yeah, it went all the way to California. And
yeah.
Some people are real. No. We used to be really picky about where everyone lived. I don't think anyone really cares now. I think we all said it.
Just don't advertise where I live.
Coming soon to a United States state near you, Prpl Dragon.
Well, if you get enough Patreon subscribers, we'll disclose the location. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be a stretch goal for us. We will reveal where Prpl is.
Nice. Give me $100 and I'll just tell you my state.
Did we talk about the thing of the keys before? Because that was a crazy ordeal.
Oh my!
I feel like we did on the podcast later, but that was a nightmare of a day, dude. And I thought I was gonna have to pay $200 to get it unlocked, and it turns out it only cost me $20. So then, I'm gonna add that to the list of stuff that I got you, which was the lack of guilt from me having to pay $20 or $200 because you didn't look at your mock parts before you put them in your box.
Man,
you're still coming up a blank, aren't you? You can't remember it. You actually used it pretty recently too.
I used it.
Yeah.
Used what?
It's something I can use.
It's something you can use. Well, yeah. Man, he's not coming up with anything.
Is it
I'm surprised you
useful?
don't remember. It's useful to him.
Is it mock pieces?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Get out of here. You didn't get me mock pieces.
I totally did.
No.
I 100% did.
When?
I got you something that was it was a very valuable mock piece I gave to you.
Is it...
You don't even remember.
Oh.
I gave you a trans clear Hal, a very valuable collector's item. I sent to you, and the moment I got it, and the moment I was like, you're like, oh, I want one of those. And like, you want one? I'll send it to you, man.
Yeah,
Aww.
okay, that's fair. That is very much fair. That did happen. Can confirm.
Yeah.
Well, because he said mock pieces, so I'm like, what? No. I don't consider that, because I don't consider that a mock part.
Well, yeah. Well, you used it on your I think your thing for the contest.
Yeah, I did use it on Mata Nui.
Yeah, on Mata Nui. Yeah.
But I mean, shoot, that thing's like, where did I put it? It's not on Mata Nui anymore. It's not a mock piece anymore.
No,
That's fair. That's fair. But it was a collector's item. I've given you something.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I do pass it along. I will admit this. I have respect for the value that collector's items have, but I tend to pass them along because I find that other people have greater value in them than I do. If I know someone that really like has that value, and I'll pass it along.
Well, that said, though, you didn't buy me anything.
Yeah, well, okay, that's fair enough. I did technically buy it for you because I paid to go to New York to get it.
Well, no, you didn't. You paid to go to New York so you could witness the return of Bionicle in person.
Yeah, and also get some cool stuff. One of which was
whatever, dude.
You guys sound like you're going through a breakup or something.
I know. I love how you're like trying to weasel your way out of it. Still, like, oh,
I'm weaseling. You're weaseling. You're trying to be like, oh, I got you something before. And you never got me anything.
Yeah, listen,
you didn't buy it.
Get doesn't equal
true
buy.
Statements,
Yeah.
Both true statements, though.
Yeah, well, like, you know what? You know what I got
listen,
you?
my birthday came and passed,
I got
dude.
you freaking
I don't remember
Chinese
anything,
food in New York. That's what I got you.
I got you a
even
Ninjago
charge
ticket.
for it.
I got you a Ninjago ticket in New York.
Yeah, well, I also let you borrow my hat. That was $25.
I definitely borrowed that. I wish I had a TTV hat back, dude.
Yeah.
I lost
that
it
would be
in
cool.
my...
You what?
I've been wanting a TTV hat for like ever.
How'd you lose
Same.
it?
I don't know. Like I had to take it off. It was like I was helping out with not a daycare. It was like a vacation Bible school thing, and I had to take it off because we were going down the water slide, and I worked all day with it. And when I came back, I couldn't find it. So I looked over for it, couldn't find it anywhere.
Aw.
So that there's a Bionicle hat, not a Bionicle hat. There's a TTV hat out in the wild. If you find that, that's a one of a kind collector's item. We've never made that before. We're never gonna make it again. So that's a really extremely valuable.
Whoever
Maybe it'll be a
finds it,
patron goal.
Whoever finds
give it to me.
Yeah,
then I can give it to John, and then we can declare ourselves even.
There you go. That's what we got. No, dude, this is why I don't get you stuff, because you don't remember it. You're not grateful, man. You just like
whatever.
You throw it
to
away.
To be fair, I forget like the next day. So.
Yeah,
You do
and
forget,
plus
too.
that was a long time ago.
That was also a long time ago.
That was like almost 2 years ago.
Wait.
It's been
You didn't give
2
me a
years
gift
since you got me
recently,
anything.
so it
Oh, I
doesn't
thought this
count.
was like the other day when you guys went to New York.
No. This is a much longer thing. We didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. It happened a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Bionicle didn't come back last week.
Bionicle did not come back. That was a. Oh man, can you imagine Bionicle came back last week? That's what we were in New York for, and we were like, oh, and it's like, by the way, we're doing a movie, and we're like, what? And then we saw the reviews for the Ninjago movie, and we're like, oh.
All right, you know what? Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. What? You send me a private message of your birthday, John, and then and then
It's like
send me like your wish list on
6th,
Amazon,
June 8th?
and then I will surprise you. I'll surprise you so hard.
Okay, all right, dude. Prpl.
Yo.
You are actually. Hold up, real quick. Invi, what do you think my birthday is? Just a random guess. I know you probably don't know it. 'Cause I don't know your birthday at all.
I think Prpl was pretty spot. It's like June 6th or something. somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's June 6th.
Yeah, because there's somebody else I know that has the same birthday. So
Yeah,
I remember when I
dude.
wished you
Oh,
happy
June,
birthday.
when I was 11, it was June 6th, 2006.
Yeah, International
And
Day
I
of
was like,
Slayer.
boy.
Dude, my
This
brother
is-
was almost
this is
born
good.
on that day.
Your brother's almost
Nice.
born on that day?
Almost, yeah.
Almost more.
How weird would it have been for me and your brother to share the same birthday? Kind of
That
weird.
would like really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Anyways.
I'm gonna take a couple minutes and talk about my trip to Lego headquarters,
Oh boy.
because this is, for me, it's a very important time in my life. I'm gonna tell you the story, okay? I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you
boy.
what happened on my way. All right, you
right,
guys ready for this?
everybody.
All right,
Oh man, you're
buckle up.
finally
prepare
telling the
yourselves.
story.
Buckle up. I've been waiting all this time. So earlier in that day, some stuff, I'm supposed to go to this airport, Charlottesville. I'm gonna go and fly to Dulles, and I'm gonna go fly to Einfeld, Connecticut, which is where the Lego headquarters is in the U.S. And we're there for an RFLM Media Day. We're there to pitch the channel. So I have a presentation I've gotten ready. I've been practicing, and I got my suit dry clean. I got my business cards. Go to the business card place. It was like a newer thing. It was by students because I thought it would be cheaper. They printed my business cards wrong. They printed them both on the same thing, and I was like, "Dude, are you kidding me?" And he's like, "Sorry, man. We'll give you a new one free, but it'll be ready tomorrow." And I said, "I gotta leave tonight to go on a plane, so you're really doing nothing for me. I'd like a refund." Yada yada. Minor stuff. On my way up, I'm caught in traffic. Traffic is really bad. I start to get nervous. I leave like an hour and a half ahead, for my flight. Right, it's a 2-hour trip, so I leave like 3 hours and a half before my flight's supposed to start. Actually, that's the same weekend. Whatever reason, my thing glitches out on Brickfeed, and we have that episode of Brickfeed that apparently is the people say it's terrible. I still haven't yet to listen to it. I didn't listen to it on the plane, Ben. So I'm
Wow.
I still haven't listened to it. I'm still getting to it.
You are so bad.
Dude, I left.
What's wrong with you?
I left my apartment, and I'm like, okay, I'm sitting in traffic, and I'm getting really stressed out. And at this point, I talk to Prpl and Faire because they happen to be online, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm kind of freaking out that I might miss my my plane. And I'm like, what? I just need to talk to someone before I kind of go crazy, because I'm already I'm kind of getting a little panic attack here. And just not like a major thing, just kind of I'm stressed, right? It's been really stressful.
My hair's falling out, but it's not that bad.
Oh, and also the thing too is that I had a test earlier that day that my professor sprang on me. That's a whole other thing about but he just was like, oh, by the way, I can't do it on Monday when you come back, so you got to do it right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, I told you this a week ago, but thanks for letting me know right now, day before I'm going for my flight. Thank you, sir. Do that test. I'm on the way. There's traffic, and it's really backed up for a while because they're doing construction. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna miss it. And they're like, well, you got an hour and a half. You got some time. I get to the airport, Charlottesville. Go up to the thing. Ring there's nobody there. I'm
Nice
like,
sound effects.
thank you. I go. I hit the little button that is the arm. I'm gonna keep doing the sound effects thing. Now you've positively reinforced it.
Oh gosh, dang it.
Wait for 3 minutes. Hit it again. Finally, they come. They come around and said, "Oh, hi." And I said, "Hey, I'm just in time for the flight." And he said, "Yeah, no, you're not." It's like I left 10 minutes ago, and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're. I'm sorry. That's it." And I was like, "Okay, well, I need to be somewhere by tomorrow. Can I get there by can I still have a connecting flight and get to Einfeld by tomorrow?" And they said, "Sorry, man. The next flight to here won't be until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning." And then you have to go from Dulles to Einfeld. So it's like a whole other thing. The presentation is supposed to start at 9. That's where we're all supposed to be, at the Lego headquarters. And I'm like, eh. So I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm done. And I've been so stressed, and I just went in my car, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe this all happened. But now I'm going to miss this huge presentation that I'm supposed to give at Lego headquarters. Then I stop, and I'm like, you know what? It takes me about 5 minutes. I'm like, you know what? Dulles isn't that far from here, right? I can drive there. So I go to the thing. I said, hey, if I drive to Dulles, can I still make my connecting flight? And the flight attendant's like, no, I think you can. And she's like, let me type something here. And she's like, all right, I'm going to make it look like you're on this flight so you can make your connecting flight. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do it. And I said, oh, thank you. She gives me the thing. I get in the car. I drive all the way to Dulles. I am booking it to Dulles. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get there. It's a it's 2.5 hours until the flight. It's a 2-hour trip to Dulles. So I'm like, I'm going, you know, I'm not really speeding at this point. I'm just kind of like, I'm just trying to make sure I get there a little ahead of time. Then I get into this road. I'm on the road, and I'm behind this car who's going decent. Like, he's going pretty slow. He's going like maybe 30 miles an hour, maybe 35. And I'm like, I need to pass this guy because I'm going to do something. And I'm still in the lane. Haven't passed. Haven't even turned my signal on. I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, going to do it. Suddenly, out of nowhere, wham! My car hits something. To this day, I still don't know what. My tire bents out of position, and so now like my car is doing the thump, on the right side, and my car is like out of commission. And this is horrible because I was like, well, if I don't make it to Dulles, I'm just gonna drive all night and go to Connecticut, which is a 10-hour trip. I'm still just gonna make it. And now my car is out of commission. I pull over to the side of the road. There's literally a giant hole in the bottom of my tire.
Oh gosh.
Dang.
And I'm like, and I'm half an hour away from the airport, and but like it's so far away. There's no taxis. I'm like I don't know what to do. So I go and ask the dude whose house, like I'm pull up next to this house. I said, can I just leave my car here? And he said, sure. And I'm like, I'm gonna call a taxi. And the taxi says, I'm sorry, we don't service anyone in the area. And I was like, can you get someone to service here? And he said that will take it'll take an hour and a half for someone to get to you. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm not gonna do that for the night. So I'm like, okay, now I'm done. Now I'm completely done. And I'm like exhausted, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try an Uber. Luck will have it, there's an Uber who just dropped someone off a minute away from me, and he wants to go back to the airport. And I'm like, this is incredible, because I still have about a half hour left to get to this airport. So I'm like, okay, well, please, you know, if you get there, I will, you know, I said, if you book it and you get me there, I'll tip you extra. And he says, totally. He speeds all the way to the airport. I get there to Dulles. I get out the thing. I'm like, thank you. I run down the thing. I go to security. I go through security. The dude, like, he opens up the bag because he wants to check in it, and he sees the gimbal we have, and he's like, oh, this is cool. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. He's like, what is it? Is it like a I don't know, I forgot what he said at first. He's like, is this some sort of like, you know, gadget for your thing? I was like, oh, it just keeps your phone steady. And he's like, oh, okay. Can you show me? And I'm like, dude, I got a plane that I'm really late for. Can you just... He's like, oh, okay. So he zips it up. I run all the way down to the, to the gate. It's E-gate, and it's gate 33. So it's at the very end of that.
Man.
I'm running. I'm literally like, this is the second time today where I'm like, I'm done. I'm just gonna, you know, complete it. And this is the last chance I have to get to Lego by the end of the day. I run as fast as I can. I get around the corner, and the flight attendant goes, hey, and I'm like, I need to be on this flight. And he's like, you literally, it's like, not even as a joke. He's like, they literally closed the doors the moment you were rounding that corner. He's like, that was the closest I've seen someone, you know, do that in a good while. And I was like, what? I was like, so is there another flight I can get on to? Maybe there's one to Boston? Maybe. And he's like, that was the last flight out of here for the night, man. That's it. You're done. Like the next one's gonna get into Einfeld tomorrow at 11 o'clock, which is too late for me to do anything. And I'm like, okay, all right. And I lie down. I literally there's a line of the seats. I just lie down there, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna die now. That's it. 3 strikes and I'm out. Everything went wrong, dude. Like, everything. It's just so bad. I was dying. So I'm like, I'm super depressed. Like, this is the third time I thought this is it. So this is like cascading on each other, where I'm like, oh no, I've totally missed everything. And this is like, it was like one of the lowest like points in my life, honestly. Was like lying on the airport and be like, all right, that's it. I'm done. And it took me about 10 minutes to be like, can't do it. All right. So I get up and I said, okay, we're gonna work through this. We're gonna find some way to get there. I talk the flight attendant into getting me on a connecting flight that'll connect in Philly earlier. That will get me in Einfield by 9, which is way better. No, actually by 9:30. 9:30 I'm gonna be there. So I do that. I get there, I go on an Uber, and then I make my presentation. And that's that. From then on, everything went way better. But that was that was possibly the lowest point I've ever had working for this channel, working for this company. In my entire probably my entire life. That was the worst. That's the story of the worst time I had getting to Lego. So there you go.
Oh wow, that's crazy, dude.
That's awful.
I can't believe you. Can't believe you did it.
Can't believe you made it. Honestly, like
I was updating you guys in the chat too. Or like after the first one, and I was like,
dude, I was like low-key really stressed out because there was literally nothing I could do, and I was just like reading about you and your like really crappy day. It's like, oh.
No, I accidentally called you.
Oh yeah.
You think
you butt dialed me?
Well, I meant to call my dad.
Oh.
On the arrangement, basically on my phone, your names are close together, so I accidentally said. Yeah, that's what happened. But it was like a whole dude. I can't describe like how terrible that was. That was such like a depressing experience. But once I got there, great. We had a great time. I got some footage I'm uploading of it. Like they gave us a tour of the Lego place. They let us shop in their employee only store. They had 50% off everything. 50% off. So it was a cool experience. But I just that trip I don't want to ever repeat ever again.
Jenna.
I can't even imagine that.
That sounds super stressful, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and how about you guys? Any terrible travel stories you want to follow that up with?
Not that really.
I've never had like a really bad traveling. Oh well, I've had one, but that wasn't nearly as dreadful as that.
What kind of went on with that? Was it just kind of?
So when I was about to go leave to be a missionary, I was in the airport in Bangkok, and they checked my visa. And even though I was a dual citizen, I still had to get it renewed to stay in the country. And it turned out I overstayed my visa by 4 days. So
oh no!
I got separated from my family. They had to go say goodbye or whatever since I was like past where they could see me off and all that. And
yikes.
I had to go and sit in this room while I paid for this fine of like $70.
Yeah.
So they put like a whole thing in my passport and stuff showing that they fined me for overstaying and whatnot. And then I got on the rest of my trip. In Japan, I had a debacle with the security guard because I had a nail clipper in my carry-on.
Oh yeah.
So I had like a little, like the little filing knife to get the stuff out of your fingernails.
Yeah.
And so it gets scanned, and he's like, "Is there anything in here?" And I was like, "No." And so they run it through the scanner again. He's like, "Can I check it by hand?" I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And so he like hand searches my bag until he pulls out the nail clipper. He's like, he shows me, and he's like, "This is a weapon." I'm like, okay, whatever.
Sure,
take
dude.
my nail clipper. I don't care.
I hate the TSA so much. There's one thing I've learned over like my past couple flights is that I just hate the TSA with a passion. They don't do anything. They just take up time at the airport. That's all that happens. Like they did a test with the TSA, and apparently they failed like 80% of the actual finding. Like they put stuff that to represent like weapons or explosives or kind of things in the thing. The TSA missed 80% of it. It's just to make other people feel secure. That's all that is. And it's just a waste of everyone's time.
Mind games.
Then you were in the TSA for a good while, man. You were like in the security line when we were coming back.
It was just a long line. Really, that's it.
I took another like shuttle to my airport, and I got through the security, and I was sitting in the thing, and you're like almost done at security. Like we said goodbye at your security gate.
Yeah. And you like went around the world in the meantime while I was still in line. It was ridiculous, dude. That was the longest line I've been in for TSA. But whatever. It's it's in the past now. I can move on.
I just got a notification.
Oh yeah.
That says your Amazon package was delivered. So there you go, Perps.
You're welcome.
Yay!
You're welcome.
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, you still don't. It was really sad. I was like, well, we've talked about this recently, and you're like, I don't remember.
Yeah, that was very specific. My memory is such garbage, dude. And John was like, oh, I'll give you a hint. It's something we've, like, talked about in the last week or whatever. It's like, I can't even remember yesterday, dude. Granted, I don't want to remember yesterday, but...
Oh, yesterday was such a bad day for you. I felt really bad. Not as bad as I did for myself, but still pretty bad. You want to go over that a little briefly before we wrap up?
Long story short, it was just a series of very minor inconveniences. Like, I had a sore throat, I was really hungry, school was just work days that I didn't even need to go to. And then I lost my car keys only to find them in my car. So, yeah, that was fun.
All around bad day.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm sick, which is why I keep sneezing and stuff.
You were sick earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a little low-key sick, too. Like, I've been feeling a slight tingle in my throat for the past couple of days, but at the same time, I'm not snotting, I'm not sneezing, I'm not coughing or anything.
That's what I'm doing.
It's like the pre-game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? Yeah,
yeah.
Like your body's psyching you up to be sick.
Winter is coming.
Except now, it's like that pre-game moment where you feel that tingle in your throat. But that's what I've been feeling for the past couple of days, and now it's actually starting to subside, rather than get worse.
Oh, lucky.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
it was
your
really weird.
your body fought it off. That's super awesome. Your body literally conquered that virus.
Yeah, that was probably the quickest I got over any sort of sickness.
I always take probiotics, and I think probiotic and like some allergy medication whenever I feel that tingle coming on. And
I just drink a lot of orange juice.
Same thing. Orange juice.
Yeah, vitamin C really helps.
Vitamin C helps you kick that into gear, dude.
And that's 100%. When things got knocked into 12th gear.
So what kind of things have vitamin C in them?
Huh?
What?
What kind of things have vitamin C in them?
Well,
orange juice, mango juice.
They actually have vitamin. They have like vitamin C pills. I usually take those instead of like
peach juice. Basically, most juices.
What about apple juice?
I don't.
I'm sure it does, but not as good. You know, I don't like apple juice. Out of all the juices, I really don't like apple juice.
Apple juice is one of my faves.
Yeah,
it's too sweet. I gotta water it down a little bit. It's
weird,
too sweet for me.
You need more bitterness in your life, huh?
Oh, dude, remember when we got the strawberry lemonade at the McDonald's in New York, and more than half the cup was filled with ice?
Garbage.
We got two larges. We got 2 large strawberry lemonades. Maybe only a quarter of that was actually filled with lemonade.
Right. No, legitimately, we drank the thing, and I was like, that was done pretty quick, and I look, and it's about 3/4 filled with ice.
Yeah.
Just...
No, I'm familiar with this because, every time I go to McDonald's, I notice that they purposefully fill up half the cup with ice so that you would pay for a refill or for another drink. That's what incentivizes you. So the trick is you just got to ask them for no ice. Then you get your actual full cup of whatever you're drinking.
It's a good call.
And I think this goes along with most other places too. But I just noticed it most with McDonald's. I forgot that little trick when we went to this McDonald's. We just ordered the lemonades, got them, and yeah, it was. Yeah, no,
it was just we were rushed. We actually hung out with a bunch of cool people. TLH and Churakai.
Shout outs.
Shout out to them. They were very nice. They hosted us for dinner one night. And then for another dinner, another night. We actually spent a good time walking around.
Man.
We went to Rockefeller Center.
They helped introduce me to New York pizza.
Yeah, we went and got New York style pizza, dude.
Oh, it was
I always hear about it, but I never had
really
any.
Good. It was really good. I would say compared to normal pizza you get, the slices were a lot bigger, and the dough just had a better consistency. I felt
yeah, definitely.
I felt really full after just eating one slice.
Yeah, I could barely finish my second slice.
Yeah, you have a favorite topping of pizza, Invi?
Yeah, like pepperoni, or like meat in general.
Pepperoni.
I don't like pepperoni. I don't know what it is. I used to like pepperoni as a kid.
Dude, you are so weird.
Dude, I don't like the texture
You're weird
of pepperoni.
and dumb.
all the other meats I love. Sausage and meatballs and like all that stuff. You know, even like chicken or whatever. That's great. But whatever it is, pepperoni, I just have fallen out. I also worked at a pizza place for a long while.
That
and I ate
makes
a bunch of
sense,
pepperoni
yeah.
pizza. And that killed it for me. I just can't take the... I just don't like the texture.
I've heard a
pepperoni
lot of
anymore.
trauma from people working at pizza places. I'm just gonna stay away from ever working there. I don't want to ruin that
Yeah,
for
it
me.
ruins one of your favorite things, man.
Ravioli,
It really
ravioli.
does.
What's in the pepperoni?
What?
Give me the death I deserve, Yoli.
All right, I think we're just approaching that hour mark. I kind of see if we can end at an hour exactly. So thanks so much for listening
It's
to the...
way past an hour exactly, dude.
Is it past an hour exactly? on my Dasty's things, it was. Now that you ruined it, now it's like a minute. it's 1 hour and 17 seconds. So there you go. That kind of ruined that. But
You're welcome.
Thanks, Van.
yeah. Thanks, Van. You're such a great travel buddy.
Quick, end it before 101.
Thank you for listening to the TTV Podcast. As always, you can go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/TTV channel and subscribe and find more videos that we have done. Actually, we just came out. We did the music video last week for Ninjago, and that is now available on Spotify. And it should be available on iTunes pretty soon as well. So go check that out. It's called Ninja Flow. And you can find it on
Check
the channel.
out the cover art too. That's pretty cute.
cover
And
art
if you want to
is-
support us in
Subpar. Not that good.
If you want to support us in creating
Should've worked on
much
it.
more varied video content, we would definitely love the support over at patreon.com/the TTV channel. That's, you know, your donations would be very much appreciated so we can pump out more high quality content for you guys. Also, it's past the 101 mark. Nice, John.
No, listen. At this point, you've already ruined it for me. I'm just gonna write it out. Well, you know what? Let's all do one of the
102.
plugs. Invi, you want to plug the boards?
You can check out the boards at board.ttvchannel.com and participate with the cool kids like me and plenty of other fans, you know?
That's it. Only part of the Cool Kids Club. And lastly, we did do a Ninjago movie coverage, so you should definitely check that out. You hear all of our opinions on that movie, as well as some other things that we talk about as to how to fix it, if we liked it or not. Spoilers.
TLDR, we didn't like it.
TLDR, we didn't. Oh,
I
speaking
did.
of TLDR,
Hey,
that's
come
also
on.
going to be back sometime. I can't wait for the Ninjago movie TLDR.
Past
I'm super excited for
102.
that. Thank you guys for listening to
Try
the
to
TTV
finish it by
Podcast.
103.
We will see it. We'll see you guys next week. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Ven.
I'm Prpl.
I'm Invi.
And signing off. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wow. So fucked. And that's it. Okay, see you
And
later.
we're done.
Get out of here. Bye.
All right.